Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to study the first and second weeks of development. In this lecture, we are going to cover the structures formed during the first 2 weeks after fertilization. Then we will get to know the formation of blastocyst. We will also get to know about the formation of trophoblast and how the blastocyst converts into an embryo. You know that after fertilization, a zygote is formed which undergoes series of mitotic divisions, and the smaller cells which are formed after mitosis are known as blastomeres. Until the 8th cell stage, these cells are loosely arranged in the form of a clump. But when they reach to 16 cell stage, they are known as morula, and now they are a compacted ball of cells. The outer cells of the morula form the outer cell mass, and the inner cells of the morula form the inner cell mass. Later on, with further development, the inner cell mass forms the embryo proper, and the outer cells form the trophoblast, and the trophoblast later develops into the placenta. Now here you can see that morula has converted into a blastocyst, and now we are going to know that how does this happen. With further development, fluid penetrates into the morula, into the inner cell mass of the morula, and what happens that a cavity develops which is known as blastocele. Blastocele or the blastocyst cavity. Now this whole structure after the formation of a cavity inside is known as blastocyst. As you know that cyst itself is a fluid-filled structure. The outer cells of this cyst will form the trophoblast, and the inner cell mass form the embryoblast. Here you can see that morula is a compacted ball of cell, and with further development, when the fluid penetrates inside this structure, a cavity forms which is known as blastocele, and these cells are known as inner cell mass, and the outer cells are known as the trophoblast. Now what is implantation? Implantation is the process by which this structure, which is known as blastocyst, burrows and embeds into the endometrium. Endometrium is actually a part of the wall of the uterus of the mother. Endometrium is that layer of the uterus in which the blastocyst embeds itself. Now with further development, when the implantation is taking place and the blastocyst is embedding into the endometrial tissue, the trophoblast divides into two structures, syncytiotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast. You can follow the laser pointer to find out the structures. These cells, you can see they are syncytiotrophoblast. This syncytiotrophoblast is going to further embed into the endometrial tissue. Now the cells of the inner cell mass, which is now known as embryoblast, they differentiate into two layers. The layer which is shown here in blue color is the epiblast, and the layer shown in yellow color is the hypoblast. Now here you can see that we have seen that morula divides into inner cell mass and outer cell mass. The outer cell mass further forms the trophoblast. The trophoblast is further divided into syncytial trophoblast and cytotrophoblast. And the inner cell mass divides into epiblast and hypoblast. Here in this diagram you can see that these light green cells are the cytotrophoblast, these dark green cells are the syncytiotrophoblast, and this whole structure, which is embryoblast, the inner cell mass is divided into epiblast and hypoblast. With further development, a cavity appears within the hypoblast, uh, within the epiblast, sorry, within the epiblast, and it is known as this white colored cavity is known as the amniotic cavity.